Round three, we have won the die roll, which is nice. There's no red mana in this hand, but other than that, it's fine. I have a nice turn 2 play and potentially a turn 3 play if I hit a land. I think this hand is pretty solid. We have a lot of red mana sources there. I wish my opponent good luck and have fun. Mountain. Okay, sweet. I'm glad I kept this hand. This hand is excellent versus that. I'm going to go ahead and just plop down this Soulfire Grandmaster. Solid blocker, lifelink. If I hit a red source, the game is basically over. I have, at that point, 15 points of light in my hand. This is going to hold off this pretty well. Unless he has a Lightning Bolt. Should be unfortunate. There's not a lot of removal in this deck. I think if I don't flip a red source off the Goblin Guide, I will, and he doesn't attack with that. Okay, never mind. If he attacks like this, I'm just going to block the Legion Loyalist. Because this gives First Strike and Trample. Lingering Souls. Okay, it's not really what I wanted. I'll go ahead and block that, because Legion Loyalist is very annoying. Okay, nothing there. I think that this is good enough that I will just gain the life off of it here instead of leaving it on defense. I'm at 19. I don't have to worry about dying anytime soon, especially with these Lingering Souls, and then theoretically eventually these Lightning Helixes. This deck's made a lot of popularity lately just because of how cheap it is. I don't think it's that good, but it's definitely the least expensive modern deck, except for the Goblin Guides. It's all very inexpensive. I'm just going to F6, actually. Don't need to bluff stuff. 5. Coming in. Okay, Shambling Vent. Not exactly what I'm looking for. I am going to leave it back now just because able to block that Goblin, the Goblin tokens. I don't want him to double block. That would be bad, very bad for me. On the right side, there are very few lands left in my deck that don't have a red. There's a basic Swamp. There's the Godless Shrine. Those are the only ones that come to mind. Alright. It's a lot of damage coming my way, but I do have a lot of blockers. What's he revealed? He knows about... Okay, yeah, Lingering Souls. Okay. Double Whacker. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and a lot. 3, 6, 9, 12. Ah, damn. That's a tough decision. Alright, so let's do some math. This is 100% blocking there. This is only 2. Okay, so that's probably blocking here as well. So it's 4, 6, 10 total. So I would take 10, right? Let me just do the math again. 6. As my opponent played a land this turn. It's their 4th turn, they played a land. So I take 6, and then 12. So I can't actually shock myself if I block like this. So it's probably in my best interest to block there as well. I was trying to see if there was a way for me to leave this alive, so that way I can get all of the life gain off of this, but I think that just wiping them down to just those and putting me at 8 should lock the game up anyway. Okay. I guess it may as well check to see what the last card in his hand is. Okay, Bushwhacker. I'm just going to happily take that. Go ahead and flashback this Lingering Souls. And I will shock myself. And just barring any shenanigans, just kill that. I could leave it up for something better, like, say, a Goblin Chieftain. But I don't want him to... I guess he can't really draw into a burn spell that, like, if he goes for a Goblin Grenade, I can just kill something else. Uh, that was kind of a mistake right there. Because if he goes Goblin guy, if he goes the Goblin, okay, he did. Sweet. Alright, like this. I'm going to go ahead and hit for 2. I can easily double Lingering Souls and leave up Lightning Bolt. And now we've got my opponent on a very fast clock. Oh, that's the wrong kind of mana. There we go. I'm not going to crack this fetch land on account of the fact that if he has 2 Lightning Bolts, that would be really unfortunate. Does not look like what's happening right here, though. Sweet. Okay, so 6. Okay, so I can only hit him down to 1 this turn. I think the best play right here is swing for 6. And then leave up like Shambling Vents and all of these Lightning Helixes. I'm almost definitely going for a basic mountain off of this. Let's see what he does with the Smog War Marshal. Okay, sacrificing it, wants to leave up all of his mana. If he swings with everything, okay. Just that. Oh shit, I gotta put a... Alright, there we go. Put one of those there. Okay. I don't have... So it gives him first strike and trample. There's no reason to deal with that, right? It's just first strike and trample and can't be blocked by creature tokens. Anything about lands? Doesn't say anything about man lands. Alright, that's fine. Alright. Step 1. Listening. That'll put me to 10. He's got no cards in hand, so I can safely crack this man land. Or, sorry, crack that fetch land. I'll go down to 1. And then go back up to 3. And my opponent is dead on the backswing to double Lightning Bolt and cards in play. So let's go with here, and then I'll just only show him the 1 Lightning Bolt. Boom. Sweet. Sideboarding. Alright, Goblin tokens. For this, I'm going to want to sideboard in this Zealous Persecution, the Timely Reinforcements. Sorin's obviously very good. Crackling Doom, not so good. Wear and Tear, not good either. These Fulminator Mages are also on the no-fly list. Terminate's just kind of slow. All of my removal spells will kill it. This one just costs 2 mana. There's nothing I really need to terminate in his deck. Make an argument for Rakdos Trauma. It's just like final point to burn, but that's not really that good. Looking at the main deck, these Skull Man's very slow. We're not trying to really grind him out. We're just trying to kill his stuff and be done with it. If we get stuck with too many 3-drops in our hand, that'll be bad. We just did side in 2 cards that cost quite a bit. And the last card that can come out is this other Terminate. Actually, I'm going to take out Thoughtseize. Okay. So the argument for leaving in Thoughtseize is that he has payoff cards. That there are not that many of them. He has just a bunch of tokens and then a couple payoff cards, right? The problem is that we can also kill these payoff cards with Terminates, with the exception being Goblin Grenade. Terminate has the added bonus of not costing me 2 life. It is slightly less mana efficient, but I think I do like the Terminate more than I like the Thoughtseizes in this matchup. 3 Terminates, maybe I want to do a split. Terminate's a better top deck, also late game. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with these Terminates and see where this takes me. This hand is pretty good. Got Soulfire Grandmaster and a Lightning Helix. Very good against these aggressive decks. Question is, do I bait out this the removal on this Confidant? I don't think so. Okay, Goblin Guide. It's coming off to a fast start. Dark Confidant. Alright. I'm just going to play this fetch land so that way I can see if I want to draw what he's going to flip off the top or not. Sort of get a little free scry off of his Goblin Guide, the one downside. Zealous Persecution. Yeah, I kind of want that. It sucks that he knows it's coming. The swamp is very annoying. Because I don't have the mana to cast this Lightning Helix. And if I go for a shock land, I can't cast. Like, I have to decide which one of these I want. The play here is shock land, unfortunately. Because I can't just do nothing. Shock land and then with the intention of trading the Goblin Guide, I think is what I want to do here. I don't want to just trade off the Soulfire Grandmaster. It's also a little too early to play that one down there. So 2-4. Oh, sweet. Okay, that's good. That's a good draw right there. This only blocks 1 damage, but I don't want it in play. Alright, sweet. Marsh Flats. That means next turn I can go Soulfire Grandmaster into Lightning Helix. So on this turn, I'm just going to leave up Zealous Persecution to mitigate the amount of damage that I'm taking. I want to take as little damage as possible. I don't want to crack the Fetch land until his end step either, because as is, I'll take 1 damage, go down to 6, and then kill all of his goblins except the Goblin Guide, and then he can Goblin Grenade me down to 1, meaning I can't crack this Fetch land. Path to Exile. Reasonable card on top. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it. Putting me down to 6. I hope he doesn't actually just throw the Goblin Grenade at me, turning off this Fetch land. That would be super annoying. Because I do actually want to crack this Fetch land for tapped land, so that way I can stabilize next turn. I think the most annoying card in his deck versus this deck is the Legion Loyalist. It turns off a lot of the cards in our deck that are very good against him, and then also gives the first strike. Sweet, I am safe to crack this Fetch land. I'm going to go for white-red. Sorry, I already have a white-red. I meant white black, so I go... So next turn I'm going to tap this, and let's see. So I'm going to crack this for basic planes, which means I'm going to need to have a red mana up, so I'm going to have to go for white. And I am going to main phase this in case he does have the Goblin Grenade or draws into Goblin Grenade. Putting me to 10 life with him at 2 cards in hand is, and 2/2 lifelinker in play should be good enough. There's an argument you can make for casting this Inquisition of Kozilek, but I just really think that the Lightning Helix is significantly more worth it at that point with the life totals as they were. I don't have any spells, so I am free to trade off. See, he had the Goblin Grenade, so I made the right play there. Okay. They have no cards in their hand, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down this Young Pyromancer into an Inquisition of Kozilek. Take whatever he has left, make a token. My Inquisition has lifelink. Sweet. That's a draw, or a good take. I'm going to go ahead and offer this trade here. If I go to 7 and he becomes Hellbent with no creatures in play, that's very good for me. And then if he swings in, I'll trade off an elemental token going down to 6. 6 is a safe life total, 5 is not. Channeling Vent is nice. Again, just a little bit more life. I'm going to go ahead and throw down this Lingering Souls right now, so that way I can swing in. I don't think I want to attack with this. I think it's just going to be Soulfire Grandmaster and 1 token. Legion Loyalist hits me for 3, puts me to 6, and then yeah. So the lowest I could go was 1 that turn. Oh, nice. Another Soulfire Grandmaster. Um, I think I'll play it safe, flash this back, and leave up the terminate. Attack with everything except for this. Awesome. 3-0. Moving on up.